Okay, I think this is going. Hey, yo, everybody, I'm Brax Wise. This is Good Coffee Studio. I think this music is really overly compressed. That's all I'm saying right now. It's a little much. It had kind of like Halloween theme to it. Okay, let's go to what we're working on. This is our Halloween project. I'm still struggling with the name. I'm not good at naming stuff. Not the name of this. This is Frankenstein's gamer, right? Like Frankenstein's monster. Anyway, I'm struggling with the Artember or Artween or something like that. I don't know. I'm trying to figure out a brandable name for our month of October. You know, like an annual event. We should make it like that. Okay, everything seems to be working. Tablet's not swimmy. Let's make sure my buttons are working. There we go. I've got a little shortcut device. It always takes me a couple of seconds to get these things lined up. Right. Oh, my slow cooker was shipped. Good. I have a couple of slow cookers and they have busted. The crock that goes into it has developed a crack around both of them. And they leak. So I had to actually buy a new one, and I found one for like $18. So good deal on that. There we go. Sorry, just checking my messages. It's important stuff. Excuse me. Let me find my references, or single reference, a reference that we had put together from bits and pieces, sort of like a collage, and which this is it. I do have this in the Discord. The information is, for the Discord invite is in the description of the video. We'll find more stuff. I need to find, or I want to find a reference for this. Although it's not gonna be that big of a deal. I like having references of real world items, or at least something similar, and then I can change it as needed. That's the whole draw what you see thing. I'm not great at drawings purely from imagination. I like to have reference. So let me see if we can find something for that real quick. We'll look something up. A glass front mini fridge is what I'm looking for. Images. Okay. I think some of these just the way I want them here. Okay, I think I'll take this one here real quick. Save that to fridge. On where are we going with that? Let's copy the address, copy the path of that, and we'll get there faster. Alright, so JPEG. Good, I like that. There we go. It's very similar to what I'm wanting as well. What's up, Siler? This is our new thing. This is our new project. Not the mini fridge, but Frankenstein's gamer. Huh? Huh? Let's see, let's grab... No, I don't want to do that. Here, let's open the other one. This is the here. There we go. This is the reference. Right. This is gonna go over here. That's what this is. Do I really need to have this in the picture though? I think the sketch is fine. I still want the reference. It's almost at that angle too. I wonder if there's any perspective-y things I can do with this. Well, we'll mess with this. Woof. There. We'll put that there. Just for now. And then we'll hide that. And give that a save. Thank you. Did you see the Phineas and Ferb? Did you see the other things that we finished recently? I did a Phineas and Ferb fan art request for super cool dude, super cool guy. Is it? It is. They are. Yeah. You know what I need to do? If he comes by, I still need to update my Imgur. There we go. Here's our recent posts. This is some of my other stuff. These are all personal things. Not too personal, but these are old school things. That's a cello. It's of course it says Braxton cello, so there you go. This is the luthier, like one half of the luthier that set up my cello for me. Well, I bought it from them and they set it up. They were working on the bridge because it had a wolf tone in it. Okay. I want to upload another one of these instead. So can I? How do we do this? Do I delete this? No. There's no like delete button. There. Delete post. What do you mean delete post only? Like there wasn't more than one thing asked for. Delete the post. Okay, so how do we upload the post again? Of course, I say to delete it, and it's still here. Holy crap, are you kidding me? Now we have to open this up in another screen to see what the problem is. I deleted the post. Delete post and image. Delete the post. Delete the image. Holy crap, Imgur, are you okay? Sorry, I'm just having issues with this, so. I know, I have issues with everything. I feel like it's just that I expect confidence in software design, and when I don't get it, my brain goes haywire. That's the problem. Hey, super cool guy, welcome in. I need to open these in tabs. That's the main issue here. I keep not opening this in a tab. Okay. I am getting ready to upload or re-upload the Phineas and Ferb thing that I did for you. I'm uploading a different one because this one has shadows underneath them. Okay. I guess, I don't know. I hate that it does this. Well, never mind then. You just mess with me. Never mind. Go away. Okay. Have I made Darth Frogger? I have not. This is, if you can get that link, hopefully it doesn't. There. That is the Imgur link for the piece in case you want it. It's this one that we did. That's as finished as I'm gonna get with that. I hope you like it. We're working on another project. I think when we do a bigger piece, I'm gonna do the one with like where I'm planning to do like Star Wars versions of the like frog versions of Star Wars characters. It's gonna be a bigger piece, and we're gonna do that in. How about we do some planning for that in when's the? I think it's May the 4th, so it's gonna be next year. It'll be a better thing for May the 4th. Although we'll do some planning on it throughout then, but it's gonna be like one of those bigger pieces that I probably will want to make prints of. Right. I think that's gonna be cool too. We're gonna have like a frog Luke Skywalker and all that stuff. Although I do have to check with. Hold on. I want to do a note thing here. I do want to check for legal stuff just to make sure that there. Here, hold on. Let me just post this. That was stuff to do here. There. That should be good. I have a link to that. Hey DRS, do I sell my art? I don't really. It's not available to your region. Oh, the Well, we did it before. You know. Remember, we did. I did send you a piece that way before. 2 seconds, okay. If not, I can post it on the community tab again, like I did that one time. In fact, I did post a version of this on the community tab, so that should be just like a regular YouTube post, right? Not a video post. What's up, Woo Woo, Mr. Atomic, and DRS? There we go. Making sure I've got everybody here. I'm kind of scattered right now. Okay. Make sure. Now, I was just adding to this. We found a just to bring everybody up to speed. I found a reference that I want for this like glass front cooler. Let's see, YouTube requests. Oh yeah, in fact, I have a Star Wars Frogs folder. I'm just waiting. I have a Woo Woo folder though as well. Where did I put this? Oh, it's in Halloween Ideas. I keep looking for the title that I gave it. My bad. Open a new tab. There we go. I'm struggling just to get this on screen. This is the mini fridge thing that I was sort of talking about. That's what this is going to be on the left. So I just found this at the beginning of the stream today too. Alright, so this is the piece as it is. I'll eventually refine all these things. We're just sort of sketching right now. This is our reference. And this is sort of the progress that I made as far as sketching what we have. Where's my brush button? No man cave is complete without a mini fridge. You gotta have a mini fridge. I had a couple way back in the day. I still have them because I don't know how to get rid of them. But they're like non-functional now. Well, one of them might be. One of them. But now I have a second refrigerator. So I kind of don't need a mini fridge. And I don't drink soft drinks. Like the only thing I'd put in it would be like energy drinks and, you know, anything in a can. It kind of sucks. It sucks not being able to just like pop open a soda or something like that. Okay, so these are his hands, and I've already got that blue color down. I'm just trying to figure him out. Wow. Did I really take off that much material? Also, I've never drawn a Frankenstein before. I'm completely new. Like a newborn babe, lost in the woods, being chased by a pack of wolves that only eat frogs. I'd probably fill it with Pepsi Max, Jared. Yeah, I don't. The only sweeteners are gonna be stevia for me, pretty much. Why do I have this opacity thing on? Wow. This needs to be much lighter, or I need a much harder, much lighter pen pressure is what I need. Well, I changed my pen pressure a lot. Wow, I really had this soft. Why is this that soft? That's probably the default that I set. Okay. This is aspartame and asulfame. No, no Pepsi Max for me. I'm not really a Pepsi drinker. I was a Coca-Cola fan. And I was like a Coca-Cola collector too. I had all kinds of Coke stuff, like dishes, silverware. I had an old, like 50s style napkin dispenser, Coca-Cola stuff. How far out should this go? This still looks like the fingertips, and it's not. There, they're buttons. In other news, I ordered a camera stand for hand cam. So in the future, we might have videos where I do some like drawing on paper with a pencil and have a camera on my hands. I hope so. They're gonna be like, we're gonna do like beginner lessons, like for people who either don't have access to a tablet and stylus, or can't afford the apps, or just don't want to spend money on something they don't even know how to do yet. And if all you have is like a pencil and a piece of like printer paper to just show some basic drawing lessons. So I'm thinking of doing like doing them as YouTube videos. They'll be short, and I'm still wanting to do the method I was going to do before, which would be to record them live, maybe not on stream, but to just record them live, and instead of doing edits. So I'll have like a script, and you know, we'll start off with some basics, although it doesn't mean we won't have like drawing time, but just to have like a quick lesson segment, and then I can just edit that quick out and make that its own video. Then we can have like, you know, a couple hours of me drawing, and then if people want, they can watch the whole live stream of it, or they can just watch the tutorial video that we start off with, right? Super cool guy. Did your cat walk over your computer keys? That looks like cat typing. What's up, Danlock? I don't know why I'm working on this line back here. It's just because as I'm talking, it's hard for me to concentrate on what I'm drawing, so my hand just starts sketching on something that it doesn't have to think about. Then I'll start getting quiet when I work on something more detailed. Okay, so hopefully that stuff will be fun. We can make some like beginner art videos and also just have time where I'm drawing with graphite because I really love graphite. It's my favorite medium, but it's not my favorite finished medium. I would much rather use oil paint for finished pieces. Both things give me long amounts of open time, and I can just work them forever. Well, not forever with oils, but I can with graphite. Just oil paint is much better for a like a finished piece because it's far more durable and it's the most durable of all the mediums. It also, for that reason, commands more money if you're selling your work. And as in answer to DRS's question earlier, do I sell my work? Eventually, I will be doing pieces that I will do sell prints of, as well as putting them on print on demand stuff. I was also thinking about designing some screensavers for phones and creating a phone app where you go get the app for free on your store, whatever it is, and the app just basically is like a download of my art pieces that gets updated as I do them, and it doesn't collect any data. It doesn't anything. It just lets you put, my pictures on your phone like a screensaver. Or I guess they're wallpapers now. We use the term screensaver when I guess old people like me use the term screensaver. Everyone else probably says wallpaper. Screensavers used to be a thing back in the day. It's now just is that a misnomer? No, not exactly, but it's a misused term these days because it doesn't really need to be. It's not saving anything like it used to. That was why they were called screensavers, because they were saving your monitor from burn-in. When you had your monitor on for a long period of time, like a CRT, it would basically like burn images, ghost images, into the screen. If you kept something on in one position for a long time. So after a few minutes, a timer would make this moving animation happen on your desktop, and it'd be like a ball slowly bouncing across, or colors swirling, something like that, just to move things around if you went AFK to keep your monitor from being ruined. But since they did LCD and LED, there's no burn-in anymore. So they're not really screensavers, they're what? Wallpapers, right? Yeah. Wallpapers. History, tech history with Braxton. From a Gen Xer's point of view. I'm glad I put this flip button in here. This key does not have a shortcut assigned to it, so I assigned that myself and put it in my little shortcut box. This is awesome because first of all, I have such a hard time reorienting my brain when I am spinning this around. So I really don't like doing this very often unless I have a clear idea of the line that I'm going after, because I can lose track of it when it moves. But flipping it like this really helps, because then it just flips it into a position where I can get to that much more easily. Why does that keep going outside the thing? This happens all the time. I know I say this a lot. I'm getting distracted by my own software. It's still some crazy reason this loses focus sometimes. Like, I don't know what button is getting hit at the same time, but it just... seems to be that one shortcut, too. Kind of still burning, but it's hard to do. What, with OLED? You know what? I don't know much about OLEDs. Like, I know it's, I guess, supposed to look better. I guess my eyes can't really see it. So for me, it's like no big deal, because you know, if your eyes aren't good enough to see the difference, well, you lucked out. That's how I see it. Out of sight, out of mind. What is this laying down? Alright. It's almost like it's not there. It is, but it's that same problem that I get with this. It always wants to pick lighter than what I think I'm looking at. Maybe it's an optical illusion or something. But I want that dark color, and invariably it's going to be lighter than what I saw. I think this is better. We don't have to do it like the picture. I don't know why I insist on that, but it's just a built-in knee-jerk reflex. If you spent decades of your life learning how to draw what you see, then you would just draw what you see. Like, I'm just on autopilot if I don't like actively stop myself. Interactive backgrounds and updating wallpapers. Yes. No, not those things. Not stretchy navels and flying toasters. Okay, well, I need to figure out why. See, it did it again. So this, every single time I keep going to the eraser, somehow this thing keeps opening. Why does it do that? It's like it does that periodically. It'll be fine for a while, and then suddenly it'll open that up again. These annoyances distract me. I have all this wrong. Also, this face should be out here. Well, but that's the same problem we had before. I want this to be inward. I just have to cut some of that away. There, that's what I wanted. We'll have to move this stuff as well. This is the lapel top edge. I think this is the problem here. See? Why is that happening? Hey, orange mangoes. Welcome in. Something's happening with my stuff here. I think I had that over too far. Hey Twitch chat, can you say Fortnite burger please? Why would they do that? It's an odd request. What is wrong with I cannot get this face to look the way I want it. I am tempted to just go back to painting with like shapes instead of sketching with lines like that. I feel like I'm better with this than doing line work. Okay. I think I'm getting his arms too close to his body. Like maybe they should be further out. That's where his hands will be. Alright, I think we're getting closer on the facial symmetry. There's something about the ears. I like this one. What did I do differently with these? Alright, so this comes down a little bit more to here. And, hey yo, Gamion. Maybe that was it. Is that giving me... Am I still just not going far enough? kind of like this music. Man, you know we have like 85 videos on YouTube now. Is that mind-blowing? I guess I never really thought about the videos that I do on Twitch. Speaking of Twitch, I'm still very curious about the whole Fortnite thing. If anyone else has a clue, just clue me in. If I do this, I can see it. They're about level too. Okay, I think that's not terrible. Man, it's gonna be forever before I get these ears figured out. Okay, anyway, it's a sketch. It's just a sketch, Rex. It's just a sketch. It's not the end of the world. The thing is this is what the whole thing will be based on. So it kind of is the end of the world. So it's the opposite. Everything relies on this. This is crucial. Our very existence might be at stake. I'm still learning these keys. neck bolt. Now it was suggested, and I don't remember who suggested it, but it was suggested maybe he had like something hooked up to the, you know, to the bolts, like clamps or something to power his controller or something. But I don't I don't hate the idea, but I don't want to do it on this one. But it's, you know, it's a thought for something in the future. Although we also need to think about doing some more serious pieces, stuff that we can do prints of, and we're gonna experiment with some wallpapers. So I'll figure out what it takes to do that and the formatting we need for that, and then we'll design some stuff that's, you know, for like cell phone wallpapers. I think that would be really fun. Frankenstein's monster recharged. Yeah. I mean, I could have a thing like that. It's a controller. Gamepad. That finger's gone off. It's gone off like moldy fish. Because, you know, moldy fish isn't off already. It goes more off. And I can just sit here messing with this all day long, which I don't want to do. There. I'm just not thinking. Like, I'm still distracted. There. Oh, did I get it? Probably not quite. All right. He still seems short. Maybe he should be wider. Okay, that works a little bit better. Yeah, that feels at least like a better size for him. When I render, it'll be... he'll be fine. What is this? Hold on. Whatever that was, it kept putting these really high-pitched sounds. Was anyone hearing that? I don't think I like that song. Alright, we want... we need a spot for Christaberg. Back here. We have 5. Do we really need 5? I'll try it like that. So that's I think that will work. You know, the best way is to do this. Well, you know what? Here. I could just do this. I could just use the shape tool. Do we want to do it like that? Then the posters are gonna look... I don't know. I don't think they're gonna look very good. Alright, let's back up through this. A lot of decisions to make. Let's get this a vector layer and put something on there. make it a 6 rather. I like this one, so we'll do this. And we'll see what that looks like when I go across with that. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And that pretty much works out. I think that just does it. What's the best way to do that? I could have them all on their own layers. And then move them around later. Are those big enough? What we're gonna do is like a little mini game poster. But do I have enough space here to do something with? Like, if I zoom in, to this face, I still have enough room for detail. So I should be able to do like small posters that are readable at this size. That's what I'm feeling. So because right now this is 2560 by 1440, so this is about twice the size of a 1080 monitor, or twice the pixels of a 1080.
Garrett 24601 asked me, is Frankenstein worried his mummy is going to interrupt him at the computer? Aw, poor Frankenstein. I'd bet he'd be shocked if his mummy walked in while he was busy online. Maybe she just wants to make sure he's not up to any spooky business, like plotting to take over Bikini Bottom or something. But don't worry, Frankenstein. Every monster needs a little me time, even if it's at the computer.
That was cute. That was good. Welcome in, Garrett. That was pretty good. That was, I mean, it was quick thinking, right? It brought it home. Okay, well, we'll do this one for each layer. And then figure out how to copy. Are we copying what's in there? Okay, yes. Remove the copy. Braxton making copies. The Braxtonator. Braxtorama. Y'all are like, he has lost his mind. If you are under 40 years old, that probably makes no sense to you. It's from Saturday Night Live. Back in the let's say 80s. What was his name? Rob Schneider. Rob Schneider. He had this character. I don't know what his name was. He was the copy guy. And the setting was that they're in this office building, and he's sitting there. His desk is near the copy machine, and people have to come in and use the copier, and they sort of stand around and wait for it to work. And he's like messing with them. He's riffing on their name. That was his line too. Garrett making copies. The Garrettinator. Garrettorama. Making like he's making stupid small talk with somebody who doesn't give a crap. That was like his whole deal, because otherwise nobody would talk to him. So it was just hilarious. Look at that. I did it and nailed it. I'm actually very happy with myself right now. No measurement. I have the eyes of a hawk. I don't know how hawks visually measure, but I imagine they measure quite accurately. Tim. Just hilarious. It was such a good show. It has become irrelevant to me because the people who are on it now, I don't know who they are. It was a platform for up and coming celebrities, sometimes legacy celebrities, but it was for celebrities to like promote their stuff, and I don't know who these people are now. It's like with Mad Magazine. I used to subscribe to Mad Magazine for so long, although I prefer Cracked. Just putting that out there. Cracked was better than Mad Magazine, but unfortunately Cracked got canceled. I don't understand how that worked. Maybe they went bankrupt, or I don't really know what went on with that, but I'm still sad. But I eventually stopped my my sub because let's get this in front and see what that looks like. There. I eventually stopped my sub because I barely know who they're talking about. Unless it's politics. And that's just out of necessity these days. You can't get away with not knowing anything now. Otherwise, the BS in the world becomes your fault if you didn't vote against it. And that's as political as we're getting here. I'm just saying, whoever you are, be active. Even if it is boring and it does suck. Alright, these are all good, and I want to put these in a folder. Is it shift? No, not that one. Yes. Posters. Put that in front. And we can do these separate. Right. And later on we can do each one of these individually and have a sketch underneath it. So I'll only set that up right now. I'll make sure these go in the right, well, in an order that I understand. So they go from left, right to left, left to right. So left on the bottom, right on the top. And we can do a little mini sketch for each one of these. I'll set up one of these real quick with like that'll be the border, and then we'll do sketch. This should be the far left one. Oh, you know what? I was given, let's see, Servo had Hasselvania as one of the suggestions for one of the fake games. Okay, so the one on the far left, that's going to be well, I don't know. If we put Chris de Burgh on the end one, and that was just arbitrary, I didn't really have a reason for putting him there. If we put him on the end one, then he's too far removed from it. I think it would be better if he was like here. Well, we can always swap them around. As long as I stay within the confines of each one of these, I can, and keep them on separate layers, and I can resituate them in any way I want. So we'll just do it this way. So we'll put this one as Hasselvania. I like that one. Wait, how do we spell Hassel? Really? Am I blanking on Hassel right now? Yeah, I think I did it right, didn't I? Is my brain just... I did it right. Okay. God, I'm looking that up. So if we say, so if we have Chris de Burgh in the background shouting, "Don't pay the ferryman, is he backseating?" Oh God, he's backseating. Yeah, looking at it too long. Okay, Hassel. Hasselvania. Oh yeah, there's an extra R in there. Don't pay the ferryman. Isn't that how that goes? Yeah, that's the part, until it gets you to the other side. It's those two lines. I didn't know I missed that middle line. um, okay, Hastlevania. And then Hassel sketch. Hassel paint. Okay, good. This will be a template for all that. In fact, I will just, I think we're gonna try something here to stop myself from working on the wrong layer, because this is already a nightmare in the making, considering how I am with layers. But this is one of these pieces that I would like to at least get it to a level where I could do like a poster or a t-shirt or just something. It doesn't cost me anything to put it up for sale. It only costs you something if you want to buy it. So I'm not risking anything. But I'd like to get something like this in the store. Well, it depends on which things are being questioned. So what do you think we would have problems specifically? The Frankenstein's monster thing is too old. It can't be copyrighted anymore. And I mean, that was like, what, back in the 1700s? When was that written? That's long. Mary Shelley was a long time ago. I think she was a college student, and she bet her other friends. I think they had like this, I don't know, like a personal contest between themselves to write, you know, see who could write the best story, and she came up with that. Something like that. I know she was in school, I think. She was very young. And it wasn't meant to be a professional work. Chris de Burgh. You know, I don't know. I don't think that it's... I don't think that people have ownership of their likeness. Especially famous people. Like a private citizen, that might be a little bit different. But someone who's famous, it is assumed that, you know, they're not really hiding their face. Also, will anybody be able to tell it's Chris de Burgh? And how about this? Do you think Chris de Burgh would be enough of a jerk? That's another thing. Especially if something is done in good taste or in good spirits. People probably don't even care unless they're, you know, psycho. Well, we know he's British. I don't know what that tells us. We know he likes vampire cosplay. He's probably old. We know that. He'd be copyright Nazi. Well, but again, it's not like we're playing his song. Here, we can fix this. The opacity stuff is messing with me here. Excuse me. I'm so dry. We can just paint some gray on top of that. This is the problem, as I was explaining on an earlier stream. We're really not painting on this gray background. It's really all transparency. So if I grab this background color, I can paint that in, and now it becomes opaque. But I have to remember to do this, but I have to be conscious of it, because sometimes I'll paint when I should have erased, because I don't want this to transfer when we, you know, when we save it later. Sometimes, some cases. Digital Paint Physics 101. He's 76. Wow. Man, he won't care. He'd be alright. And he's British. I don't know why I'm throwing that in there. I'm just doing that. As if it matters. Like, oh, well then. As long as he's British, it's fine, you know? That's kind of like how I'm trying to frame it, even though it's just nonsense. That's what we do these days. Just nonsense. Love thy fan art. Okay. Well, I like that. I think we're fine then. Yeah, we'll be alright. I want him to be recognizable as Chris de Burgh now. Alright, stop. I'm rendering. Damn it, Brax, stop rendering. You're never gonna get anything done. Can we do a folder within a folder? No. I mean, just not off the bat. We have to nest it in there, I guess. So we'll take this and that. That. Partial. Okay, like this. It's going to take some prep, but this will be helpful for me, so I don't have all these layers freaking me out. That's how that'll go. So that'll be the model for the rest of them. I love that flip tool. The thing is, I never. Oh, Lady in Red. Did he do that one? No, the one that I'm thinking of is the one that's Simply Red. Didn't they do that one? You know what? It makes me think of the dude in Burglar at the end. The British guy she'd been talking to. What wasn't Burglar? Who was it? What was the one where she was a spy? Was it Burglar? Wasn't it Simply Red that did Lady in Red, or am I wrong? Okay. You don't know what Burglar is? Okay. It's a movie. With Whoopi Goldberg. Jumpin' Jack Flash! That's right. Because she did like a couple, like almost back to back at that moment, and it was those two movies. Jumpin' Jack Flash. And I think he reminds me visually of that dude. Yeah, with Whoopi Goldberg. The dude at the end. Her actual contact. The British dude. I expected him to be more dashing at the end, but he was just a British dude. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to say like just British dude. I mean he was just like a dude who was British. Right? You know, he's just a regular dude. He wasn't like this dashing dude that he said it sounded like. I remember being disappointed. I was like, well, that's kind of. He doesn't seem to be all that racism. You know, we're cousins, right? That's what I'm saying. Okay. So we started off our day with a strange YouTube reaction or interaction. We've also discussed the legalities of putting Christopher's likeness in a Halloween painting. What else is on the itinerary today? No, this can't do this. We can't do this. Hold on. Oh no, son. No, don't do that. We don't need to do that. Hold on. This has to be here. Darn it. I will not tolerate a different placement. Why does not this line up? It do. Oh, maybe that's why. Why doesn't it line up? Oh, hold on. Damn you. Oh, this is happening. Man, I can't get to line up now. Now I'm triggered. It needs to be opaqued out anyway. I don't like this. Yeah, that's better. A spaceman came traveling too. Cause I was talking, he said, and light up that jet in the sky. Wait, is that not what he? The thing is, I've never heard any of his stuff. I don't know why. I was even in that era. It's really weird that I didn't hear about him. I don't know why I'm spending all this time on this monitor. Oh, ship. And my mind was like, wow, did he really say that? This needs to be like this logo for the can. It needs to be like this bolt. Here. Turn this, and we'll go bolts. How about that? I was making something up. How do we do a T? Do like lightning stuff. Maybe that's a bit too much. That's too much like the Tesla thing. How do we do that? Too many lightning bolts? Yes. Okay, now Jolt doesn't exist anymore, so I might be able to, but someone probably still owns a graphic. So we're gonna make sure not to copy their graphic. If that's, you know, an actionable thing, we'll make sure that we don't mess with that. You know, I'm not trying to copy someone else's artwork. Yeah, how do we do that? Give it a little bit of a thing. It could go between the letters too. Okay, I like that. Let's paint that in. We can do like a white paper underneath for the time being. También. You see what it looks like there. All the areas where I should have erased, but I used the color picker instead. And that won't remain in there like that. That'll eventually get... I don't want to hand draw everything and then just have like full on straight edges on everything. On stuff. It's either all hand drawn or... Well, I don't know. I'd need to make it so that it didn't look out of place. Because it will look weird. You can see already this is just way too straight for everything else. Do we really need a can of bolts on his desk though? Yeah, I think this needs to be... That's kind of using the center of his forehead. As my I'm using the center of his forehead as my vanishing point. Even though it's not his forehead, it's way off, way back there behind him. Which was just, it was just chosen arbitrarily. Alright, where's my reference for... There. See, I've got them all in here and I just scroll through them. I have like 2 shelves inside, maybe. We could just do 1. Alright, so you're not even going to see much of a curve on these, I think. I'm not even going to see this in the background. I want it there just so that I can kind of get my head around it. Little handle. It'll open towards that. We'll have like an extra window frame. Like a thick frame for the glass on the edge there to hold it. I'm thinking of like a PC case. We might not even need that handle really. All right. Are they going to be different sizes? Maybe. Because we don't have to show the things going back in there. We'll just show stuff side by side. could go taller with that. Maybe we just put one thing in there. What if it's like something like a... I don't know. Like a banana. Maybe he just keeps bananas in his fridge. Who knows? Just gonna have those things on the side, maybe. Wouldn't they be in the back though, cooling it down? We have this venting structure on the back of this. On the side? It's on the side. Well, he's gonna at least have this. Another cord coming out the front. Do I want to do that on here? It doesn't really need to be like that, does it? Yeah, we really don't have to do that to him. So then let's not. It's not even a gaming system that we're making. It doesn't even exist. See, the GameCube, which is what we're sort of basing it on, has these little squares in the back. This sort of venting thing. I mean, not that we can't make vents for it, but it's kind of tedious. We can make some kind of a louver system, though. Something like that. Or maybe a mesh screen with holes, but otherwise I don't want to do the squares. This is meant to be a made-up object. Anyway. What are we gonna call it? See, it insets right here. I don't know if that reads well. At least in my mind, it kind of insets here. These kind of bow outward. What's this freaking noise? I really kind of messed this design up, didn't I? You really messed it up this time, Braxton. Yeah, I want this to come out of it. How about that? It's like in drafting class years and years ago. They're kind of making you figure out how to draw something from a written description. That is mind-blowingly difficult. How did that work over here on this side? There, I want this to look like it's inset. Make it flare out. Go straight down. And it's not going to work with this in the way, though. That's kind of infeasible. Crap, it kind of falls apart when it gets back to that spot. Ooh. Okay, I have an idea. Everybody. What if we did... thing like this. And because it's our video game system, right? What if we do this and like this? We could do like you could do it like a claw or a hand or some other kind of. You know, we could even get like really wild and ornate. Um, Maybe too chunky. We have one over this side too. We just can't draw on top of this at the moment because of the wall. It could just be, it could be like a crystal ball. We could just do it that way instead. What would it be called? So I was wondering if that thing was on. Let's see, what would... Because maybe we could just use it in the room. Oh, okay. How about this? How about it's still a nod to GameCube, except it's the opposite. There we go. That's what should have made sense to me immediately, and didn't. Game Sphere instead of GameCube. You get it? Hey, Strider. Welcome in. Game Sphere. I think we're witnessing history. Okay. I like that. Where are we gonna put you? Confirm. Game sphere. We could put it wherever. You could put it on the floor. In fact, let's move it over here for a minute. Actually, we don't have to do that at all. Yeah, you stay on that letter. These books are way too... Oh no, there's aren't books. What's wrong with me? I have officially lost my mind. When I made these, I know what these are. This is a senior moment. Could we do bolts on the sides of this? No. Not everything needs neck bolts. It's crazy. That's weird. Oh, that's what happened. I don't know if I should have a cord up here or... It needs another cord though. All right. I don't know where the light's coming from. I mean, it should be coming from his monitor. Yeah, Pagitura. Okay, so I could make them really tall. Otherwise, he's just tiny. But I am drawing these way too short. I need some kind of a little thicker floor. There. And bananas. This banana does not look right. And what should be the other? What else would he keep in here? Maybe a salad? I don't know, how do you draw a salad? That's a bowl of something. In his mini fridge. I don't know what that is. Maybe it's a bag of milk. We need something else to put in here. I don't want to mess with that. Let's look for some Castlevania artwork. Man, that's gonna be difficult, I think. These are really complex. whip. This pose, that could be good. This tribute thing. If it's a tribute thing or a fan art, I might be able to do it, you know, as a derivative work. It would be fine, probably, right? It's just to do with the whip. Okay. There we go. Got a little reference going on. In fact, in the interest of time, we could just trace that thing off to get the basics. So we'll see. We'll do a quick sketch here, and we'll see how this works. Excuse me. Okay, make sure we're on the right one. Okay. Man, that would just flip me out if I was drawing on this for a long time and then realize I was on the wrong poster. Okay, give him some eyes. Glowy eyes. Let's move that up. Wow, I don't know if I have enough room to do the teeth. We have to at least draw smaller, first of all. Hello, flying bees. Practicing you. How are you? I'm good. Beady. This needs to move more foreshortened. There we go. I'm also kind of making my own version of this. Unsolicited. Oh my god. So this finally went through, huh? I mean, I don't know what. I've been trying to send them. It was cold, okay. Shrinkage is a thing. Anyway, I'm sorry. That's insane. Is this... I imagine this is someone you know. Joking aside. Wow, that ear is way too damn big now. What? A silhouette. Okay, hold on. So
I can't reach the internet right now. Check your modem or router connection and try again.
what's wrong with my... Okay, for some reason my Google thing's offline, which is weird. I don't know why I thought I was talking to it. So, if anyone heard that in the background. So some dudes, this is like a dating app or something. And he said, oh my god, it's art. Insta. So it's basically, yeah. Wow. I need to get it. I have an Instagram thing. I was going to do that, but then now that all this is going on, I don't think I want to do that. Somebody could just send me pics like that. Actually, I'd let me on there for art. But I can't have somebody going, no, it's art. Don't send me these things. Really, you should not. People just shouldn't be sending pictures like that anyway. We'll do a little tiny one. The only acceptable unsolicited D-pic is if it's Dick Van Dyke. No one even knows who he is anymore. Way to take the fun out of everything, boo-boo. Oh, for the doctorate. Is that to is that like the like now you have to do a thesis, or does that allow you to take doctoral courses? I don't know what exactly it's for. Because was that like the thesis application? Okay, that's what that is then. Okay. Well, then, okay. First of all, what happens? So there are doctorate classes that you take for a year, and then you have like another 3 years to write an amazing thesis to prove that you are an expert in your chosen subject. That sounds, actually, that doesn't sound too difficult. Like once you get your college degree, then you do your master's, and if you've got that, I feel like it'd be cool because you could just kind of screw around for 3 years and then just write your thing in a month. So you take your year, because then all the hard work is gone, like the first 4 years or whatever. That's the slog. You got some light classes for a year, and then you just have to, write some thinky thing like at the last minute. Wait, what is it on specifically? I do a lot of traveling. Also, you know what? Then that makes me wonder why Wallowitz never got a master's degree. Wasn't it Wallowitz? Wasn't that his name? On The Big Bang Theory. And they always bragged on him because he just had a master's. No, it wasn't them. It was just Sheldon that crapped on him all the time for it. Because Sheldon's a you-know-what. That's neat, though. I think you're gonna have fun. Or is my stuff just really low? It might be just me. I'm really tired today. Do I? Mine is, in the green and yellow. Is mine? Do you think they're quiet? Because I don't know. I've compared mine to other streams and they're usually not. Well, first of all, they're all dealing with, you know, everyone has like a Yeti. And they're doing everything they can to pull it down. I mean, I can make it louder. All right. Well, I'll work on that in the future. If I have it up too loud, it'll pick up the fan noises when I'm dying in the summer. All right. How's this? I actually now have nothing to say. Now I'm all talked out. Well, first of all, my compressor is usually a bit louder. All right. Anyway, we'll experiment with some higher levels in the future. Maybe next weekend I'll try, because I'm really kind of boosting these. I'll have to like mess with these off stream. I don't know, someone should say something like that though, like, it's been a long time. You'd think you could say, hey Braxton, your shit's quiet. That's his hair. That's a lot of hair. There's a lot of muscles on this arm. Oh, that's gonna be a challenge. His hand comes out looking like a claw. Weirdly. And it's gonna take a lot of sketches. Give it some decoration. Maybe these are 3 different pieces. I'm doing like comic book anatomy. Which is something I'm not very well versed at. Also, I will be, I will not be coming back tomorrow. We come back on Friday with a louder stream. Newer, louder Braxton. Hey, Kumar. Am I done with animations? No, it's just a thing that I was learning to do at the moment. We're doing, there. I'm doing a piece for, the month of October. Frankenstein playing video games. And this is a Castlevania fan art poster that or tribute poster that I'm working on in the background. It's gonna be game posters in the background, but they'll be like, like memes. Like this will be Hasselvania. We should write that here too. Hasselvania, and I'll do like a little thing underneath for it. We'll do some other things too, just some funny game versions. Put nails on his head. What, you mean here, in the neck bolts? I've got them here, if that's what you're talking about. This is just a sketch for now. Are they on? I think they're on his neck, aren't they? Okay, check. Cause I'm wondering. I think they're in the neck. Alright, let's see. Here we go. I was starting to actually make, this is starting to get where I kind of like this. Like I'm liking the progress here. This isn't looking as bad as I thought it would look. Oh man, it didn't show the see, like you just sent that as help us Obi-Wan. And then you came over. But you were OMS Prime on this one. I feel like YouTube is sometimes not sending stuff on my streamer bot thing. That's weird. That sucks. I can't really trust that thing. No, wait, you did. You said you done with animations, but then you came in and said it again, right? Okay, our pages are... Oh, sorry, I'm not even seeing the other stuff. I didn't really want to contradict a man of audio. I'm not a man of audio background, I'm a musician. That doesn't mean I'm a recording engineer. That's what musicians pay recording engineers for. I want to make sure that I didn't miss a thing. Musicians make audio. Well, I make audio. I don't record it. I don't know jack. I remember in my old band, all we had was analog because, you know, it was like the late 80s and 90s. There was no such thing. I think Pro Tools came out, but like, who the hell had the money for that? Like, professional studios might have that, but everyone else was using tape. So we just recorded it over and over until we liked it. There was no editing. You messed up, you did it again. That's kind of how I want to record my YouTubes. I want to do the beginner YouTubes. I sort of want to record them like that. You're right, it must be Mandela effect audio. Oh yeah, okay. Well, you had me, because I kind of thought you might be right for a minute there. Like I was questioning myself. So it's fair. I've not had to do anatomy in so long. I never did this comic book anatomy either, which I should probably fix that. Some, alright, well then that's where that would come from, if some of them have it on the head. I mean, other people could think they're right and then do it that way, or maybe they do it just to be different In some cases, I don't know. Alright, what happens with this? This one comes out and it's like this. Also, we did a mock-up here of, whoa. This is the reference that we're working with. OpenTunes OpenTunes demoralized me. Hey, it's buggy as hell. It didn't crash on me though, at least. But it's buggy. I just paid for the EX version of this for a 1-year license. It was worth it. Also animating in Blender with 2D, which I tried for a bit. I thought that wasn't too awful. Okay, how does this go? Okay, now in this one, it's a whip, right? It goes, and then whoosh, whoosh, like that. We could do that, or we could do something silly like a little pinwheel. How do those go? How do you do a pinwheel? You know, like those little whirly gigs? So we could do something silly, or we could go serious. What do you think? Or it could be like a little flag. Like a Hello Kitty flag or something. So anybody have an idea? Throw that in there. It's supposed to be like a take on the Castlevania game. There's a dedicated Reddit page dedicated to this question. What? There is? Okay, OpenTunes, right. Prime Toon Boom. Alright, Toon Boom is addictive and encourages you as everything is handy and you can operate it as you want. That's why I suggested. Okay. This works pretty well for me as it is, so just getting the EX of this was worth it. still think this is too much. Alright, I feel like I'm too loud. I now have to like change my levels. Alright. We'll work on it. We'll work on it. Now I'm paranoid. We'll work on it. It's okay. Are these clouds in the background? Or just like speed marks? Like this head is not big enough. Yeah, that needs to be there. And I'll cut off the top of that head. There. Is that YouTube screwing with me? Yes. Because of course it is. Darn it, I got my hand on the wrong button. Alright. This is the decision time. Are we doing this as a silly item? Or nah? We could also make it an X. And it can't be that other thing. Wait, I tore a ligament of my ankle and told to bed rest. Then in half recovery I tripped and broke it completely. Oh my dude, are you kidding me? Holy crap. Wow, man. I am very sorry. That sounds like torture. Also sounds expensive, so I hope you have free healthcare. That is insane. Alright, well, please get better. Stay. Get more bed rest. Wow, I didn't expect that. Yeah, I want to make sure this reads as a bat. it to a bat searchlight in the sky. You could do a beefsteak on the end of it. On this end of a stick. I don't know if it would read well. Like a spike. Yeah, how do they do those Bronto things? Tickling the... Alright, see, I'm practicing now. Because I'll just take my headphone volume down a little bit so it doesn't seem as loud. I just remember people having problems with it in the past. So I ended up changing. Changing. Now I'm gonna be so loud y'all won't even get rid of you. Be like, God, Braxton, just shut up. Braxton, you're too loud. That's what's gonna happen now. Now we'll go the other direction. Damn. Too much. Oh yeah, we're gonna go wonk on this stick. My pen, well, because once it did it anyway, like I created a thing. I created a key for it in the registry because it didn't have one. So I created a key and then disabled the key, set it at 0. But then it somehow booted up anyway. Again. I'm like, how the hell is that happening? So now I don't trust it at all. Instead, I just have the tablet wired in and the quick keys controller using the dongle. And generally they work fine that way. I don't trust it. Wow, what was I doing with that here? It kind of looks like he... You know what? I was thinking that he does look like He-Man. But I'm going to show you. I mean, you're right. But see... This is what I'm referencing. Oh, it doesn't show any bigger. I'll do this and I'll go control. Whoops. I know I had a control here. There. That's what I'm referencing. So this is something from Castlevania, like Castlevania tribute. It was too painful. Yeah. Right, so this is Castlevania Tribute. So it's something that I found online. But not a full Castlevania thing. I was looking for something doable. But that's what we're using for a reference. And he does look like He-Man. You know what? Let's do that. Okay, so we'll do it like Castlevania, except instead it's He-Man. So now we need... Because here's the steak one. I was going to do it like a Bronto steak. You know how they do the... Just the thick slab of meat they do in like the Flintstones. It's gonna be heavy. But this isn't working out. Man, I'm so glad that I turned that little dial into a scrubber. Well, into an undo scrubber. You know what? This might be the first undo scrubber in the world. We're gonna make millions. I don't know how, but profit is around the corner. He really does look like He-Man, so let's do that. We can draw He-Man. We'll draw his sword. I need something so I can figure out how to draw the sword. So it's like, hold on. Do it this way so I'm not straining for the angle. So it's like this. Wow. And then this comes out like that. So hold on. The middle part, it does like this diamond thing. There, so and that does like just to get the silhouette of it down. Like that maybe. Yeah, I think that's it. Like this. Well, I'm not really doing a very good job of straight lines here. Something like that. I've got this. This is what I pulled up. I'm just kind of looking at this one real quick. Or this one. Oh yeah, that's a good one right there. This is the better one. Okay, I like that one. Man, I love that cartoon so much. That's just giving me warm fuzzies right now. Let's move that. It's a WebP, so we'll have to I have to convert that. We don't need that today because we've run long on the stream. But I like that. These are good. Oh yeah. Because this is what it should be. The one that they drew here, not these other ones. Yeah. It's this. So, ooh, neat. Is that their one on Amazon? No, don't freak out. Don't be weird, Brax. That's not big enough. Well, that's fine. It'll be fine. It's kind of small. But we just need the shape. That's also WebP. So I'll just I'll convert those over to JPEGs, and then we can use those as references. Because I like that idea a lot. So it'll be let's do this. It's basically, darn it, on the wrong button. So it's like it's tighter, right? It's got that diamond part, and then this bit is tighter, closer together. It's more compact. That's a good one. I like that. And this will be the first one. We need three more, because one of them is going to be Christenberg. Yeah, not everything needs to be detailed. No, and it's going to be. I'm going to keep these kind of painterly and sketchy. I will try not to over render them so that they stay feeling like they're still in the background. Because I realize if I put too much detail, like already this is too sharp. So it needs to be a bit fuzzier, or it's going to come forward and compete. So you're right. Okay. I want to thank everyone for hanging out with me today. I will be back next week on Friday. I'll give this a save. Everyone have a really good week.